If you want a successful, thriving metropolis in City Skylines, you cannot ignore public transportation. Your biggest enemy in this game is traffic, and it's not just annoying to look at. Over time, the game will actually start despawning vehicles to deal with that congestion. At first, that just means a few citizens disappearing, but if traffic keeps getting worse, goods can despawn, power plants can lose fuel, service vehicles stop showing up, and suddenly your city is waiting 3 weeks for an ambulance. So how do we fight traffic? Simple. We get people out of their cars, and that's where public transportation makes its grand entrance. I like to split public transportation into 3 main categories: short distance, medium distance, and long distance. And for this video, I'm adding a 4th one, transport options that look cool but don't really help with traffic. We'll go through each category, talk about what they're actually good at, and how to set them up properly so they reduce traffic instead of just existing. In my short distance public transportation, I like to add buses, trams, and trolleybuses. For my medium distance public transport, I put metro and monorail. The long distance public transport consists of trains. I would categorize blimps, helicopters, ferries, cable cars, planes, and taxis as doesn't really help with traffic. So let's go through them one by one and also talk about how exactly you should set up these individual forms of public transportation. Buses are usually your first form of public transport, and their main job is handling short trips and getting people out of their cars early on. The one downside that buses have is that they still share the road with other cars, which means they can get stuck in traffic pretty easily. My one rule with buses is to keep the lines short. If a bus looks like it's on a sightseeing tour through your entire city, it's doing more harm than good. Now let's use an example and try and place a bus stop. I have a perfect area right here, so we'll have a look at public transport and bus lines. We can see buses are blue in my city, in the lovely city of Riverton, and we do not have a bus line here at all. There is a metro stop here, and it's being used pretty good. So let's set up a small little bus line that just connects this area with the metro. So when I'm placing these bus stops, in order to know the distance I want to place them at, all I simply do is just go and have a look and see if I would walk this distance, right? So if you live in this house, for instance, you have walking distance to the bus stop. Don't make the stops too far apart. Don't make them too close together. Be aware of big intersections like this one. See, we place the stop here. It is far enough away from this bigger intersection here, so that should work out perfectly. Just think of the distance between the stops. Don't make it too long, don't make it too short. That's how you know where to place the stops. Another thing I get asked a lot is, how do we deal with overcrowded bus stops? If we take this line right here, we can see we have 570 people waiting, and there's another stop with 314 right here on this side. So let's have a look at this line. It is this blue line. There's a bunch of people here. Okay, so I can already see what the problem is. We have this bus line, which is pretty good. It connects 2 sides of the river. Now, the main problem here is that is the only form of public transport that goes across the river. There is a train here. There is a metro all the way over on this side. But other than that, over here, this is the only form. Now, how do we reduce that number, that overcrowded bus stop, easily? Give them another option. So let's go to the metro. Place a metro stop here. There's the overcrowded bus stop. Place a metro stop right here on this corner. Create a line, and that should be already enough. Now let's see and wait till this gets resolved.
A few moments later.
And now, would you look at that? Already like 200 people less at this bus stop. Let's check the other one. Oh, that's half. That's about half of the people left at that bus stop. And look at that, going down even further. Only 112, 110, 13 people waiting. Very nice. And the one with 300 people only has 70 now. So all we did was add, look at that, under 100. This is under 100 people now. And all we did was add another form of public transportation. How you can also potentially deal with this is by simply getting a higher capacity vehicle, or you could add more buses. If you have the vehicles of the world content creator pack, you have the super bendy bus with 100 passengers capacity, although it is a very long vehicle, so it will potentially clog up your traffic, but you can always go in here 63% and bump that up 6 vehicles. There we go, 73%. And now 2 more vehicles will spawn in and put it up to 6 vehicles. And that is how we simply, look at that, easy as pie. I don't even think we need the 6th vehicle. Let's drop it down to 5 again. We don't really need it. 12 people. The line is completely fine now. We have 12 people waiting here because we placed a metro station. Passenger service 184. Very nice. Alright, so that was buses. Now let's go over to trams. Trams are more expensive than buses, but they help really good with traffic. They're on dedicated rails. Look at this. On the 4-lane road, they have dedicated rails. They do not interfere with traffic at all. We have dedicated rails, so only tram roads right here, only tram tracks on the roads. They get up to speed pretty quick. They can carry a bunch of passengers. They have 90 capacity, which is really, really good. And bonus for trams, they just look super cool. And if you're wondering where to place the stops, I would suggest going the same route as with a bus and just simply, would you walk? Simply ask yourself the question, would you walk? Is this in walking distance from your house? Can you get to a tram stop easily? Same as with the bus. Of course, the trams run on roads with dedicated tram tracks, so you have to place those roads in particular with the tracks. They will be highlighted purple in the graph of the public transportation. And other than that, again, just think, is it walking distance? Is it convenient for your citizens to get around once you have closed that loop with your trams? And then we have trolleybuses, which I don't really use in my cities because they have to run on roads with these wires on top. They have a capacity of like 30, which is the same as a bus, but it's less than a tram. There's no upside for me to a trolleybus other than if you want those for your visuals in your city, go ahead and use it. Otherwise, yeah, short form public transport, just as a tram or a bus. They're basically a combination of the two. And yeah, so that's how you can use trolleybuses. Same principle with the stops applies. And let's move on to medium distance now. We've already talked about the GOAT, the Metro, and it is the GOAT in my opinion, with a capacity of 150 depending on which Metro car you select. It is truly amazing. It can get up to speed super quick. We have Metros with 450 capacity, over 200, 500 capacity. These are not mods. These are all from DLCs, content creator packs. We have from the ROJ, 660 capacity. That is insane. Look at that line, 1,200 weekly passengers. Let's have a look. There's 200 people at the stop, but as soon as the next metro train arrives, that number should go down pretty quick. Let's just have a quick look over here. Metro train is coming in, and now, boom, only 5 people are left waiting here. Metro is the GOAT. They are underground, which of course means they are completely avoiding any traffic congestions on your roads. They get up to speed super quick. It is really expensive. Not gonna lie, it is really expensive. Tram stop 15K, and the tram tracks also 80 credits, City Skylines monies per cell. It costs a lot to put down. It is really expensive, but in my opinion, it is a literal game changer when it comes to City Skylines, to dealing with traffic. As soon as you unlock them and you have the funds, I highly recommend you place them in your city. And when it comes to the stops of a metro, you can go a bit further in distance than we did with a bus or a tram. But then maybe use a bus or a tram to connect those stops together. So use your short distance to connect your medium distance public transportation. That's how I do it. That's how it works for me every single time. A monorail is almost the same. It has a bit fewer capacity, but it runs on tracks. It doesn't interfere with your traffic at all, and you can get up to speed pretty quick with a monorail as well. Here we have a car. We have 180 capacity. Let's have a look. We've got 180, 120, 240. I mean, it is pretty good in terms of capacity. So yeah. You can see right here, the stops are not crowded at all. We have one vehicle going up and down. Just keep in mind that monorail tracks are pretty expensive, but the dedicated roads, or the dedicated tracks on the roads, keep them away from your traffic. So it is a very good solution in order to fix your traffic in your city and City Skylines. monorails, and metros, in my opinion, the GOAT of public transportation. Trains obviously have a really high capacity. This one has 300 capacity. It is a high-speed train. There we go, bad example. We have the ROJ commuter train. Let's go to line details if I can pause the game. Here we go. These are the trains, express train. Look at this capacity. And since trains get up to speed pretty slow, they are more fitted for long distance travel. So if we can look at here in the city, orange, I have a stop here, and it goes all the way across, and it even bypasses this one. It goes to this station right here that is up top here. And again, connect with your medium distance, like we have a metro station right next to the train station that connects all these areas. We have a bus connecting this little area. You know, people get off the metro right here, they hop on the bus over here, and they go to the train station. They can leave the city, or they can just go to the other side of the river that way and travel longer distance with trains. And for the fourth category, blimps, helicopters, ferries, cable cars, planes, and taxis don't really help with traffic due to the low capacity these forms of public transport can carry. And that's really the heart of public transportation in city skylines. It's not about placing everything everywhere, it's about choosing the right tool for the right distance and letting your city breathe a little. Fewer cars, fewer problems, and a city that actually functions long term. If this video helped you understand public transport a bit better, I'm glad you stuck around. And as always, I would love to thank my YouTube members and patron supporters. We have Serhi the Guy, Matty Valdez 12, V1 Rotate V2, Concierge Hades 3779, Chris Cozart 8880, Afret 5, John Penner 1013, Chris Brown 9200, Louis PM 1662, and Juka Boa. Thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next city.